Hi, this is Penny, and basically I hadn't put anything on my YouTube for a while, and when I had made myself a video and I was going to do a little bit more work on it, the system I was using crashed, and so this is not going to be like one of those really edited things or blah 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 blah. I'm going to give you a short story to play catch up, and then when I'm able to either learn Blender or something, I will redo that one video and put it on there and stuff like that. Anyway, the beginning of this year in January 2nd, I ended up in the hospital, blood pressure sky high, almost had a stroke. I had several of the symptoms, but it wasn't a stroke, and told the hospital several times that I am allergic to ACE inhibitors, and nobody wrote it on my chart. And even though I continue to say I am allergic to ACE inhibitors, in their infinite wisdom, boom, they gave me ACE inhibitors. I ended up back in the hospital on the 5th, severe allergic reaction, which they put me on steroids for 5 days along with Benadryl. Why anybody would want to live on that stuff, I don't know. Several days after finishing the steroids, I was still what my boyfriend would call a rat terrier. It just totally messed with me mentally, and it was like a living hell. And then right when I was finally getting back to normal, apparently ACE inhibitors stay in your body for 10 days. I had another severe reaction where my tongue swelled up and my whole neck swelled up. I ended up in ICU, where they once again gave me a shot of steroids. And I am currently taking magnesium, turmeric, and garlic to keep my blood pressure low. It's not where it should be, but it's not sky high. I managed to keep it from going sky high while on steroids, which raises it. So I believe I can do this. Anyways, I'd already planned on making major changes in my diet. This is just encourage it. I'm camping right now, winter camping. Bill is going to be doing winter field day here at Cedar Hill State Park. And we are in campsite, what?
306.
306. First time in this particular campsite. And I'm sitting here drinking hot chocolate, like you're supposed to drink. When the last time I checked, it was 12 Celsius. Do you know what it is now? 13 Celsius. So it went up a degree Celsius. I can't think of what it is Fahrenheit right now, but yeah. Anyway, get a converter and look it up. I also have some Tai Chi here that I made way before the hot chocolate, but the cup, yeah, chai tea. Okay, I got it backwards. In this cup, and it's still too hot to drink. This cup really does keep stuff warm. Basically, my videos are going to be changing a bit. You're going to watch how my health progresses. Before I felt more like a hypocrite, and in the videos that I was making that I wanted to put on, I had explained that. When I get around to it, a square to it, or a rectangular to it, I will get those made and placed. But I did want to do an update, so you're not going to have the little intro and blah 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 and yada yada yada. But basically, I'm going to be making. I am not going to be making these changes. I am making these changes. I am currently making these changes in my life. The hot chocolate, normally I wouldn't, it's dark chocolate. I'm staying away from sweets, cutting out starches, changing my diet completely, changing my life. I felt before, and one of the reasons I didn't really stick with making the videos, not just taking care of my mom and getting the time, which is part of it, don't get me wrong. But a lot of it is feeling like a hypocrite because Holistic Liberty, was saying thoughts and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. But didn't feel like I was really living a holistic life, because holistic means whole, body, mind, and spirit. And where I may have been working on the mind and the spirit, I wasn't working too much on the body. And we are living in these bodies, and we often treat these bodies like
Crap.
yeah, like he said, crap. It's like we're trying to escape the body all the time, and we feed it crap. I don't know why anybody considers that real food. Hollywood has a bad habit of making healthy food sound like it tastes bad. And actually, if you start eating healthy food, it actually tastes really good. But the processed foods, our body was not made to consume processed foods. Our liver doesn't know what to do with it and treats it like a toxic, and we get all that fat stored, in which I got a lot of fat stored. And I wasn't living holistically as far as, taking care of the body. And holistic is body, mind, and spirit, not just mind and spirit. So it was like I was trying to escape the body. Well, this is a physical thing that is currently storing our mind and our spirit. And it is doing everything that it can to keep us healthy, and we treat it like crap. We need to learn to love ourselves, not just our minds and our spirits, but our bodies as well. I can't get angry at my body for being fat when I did it to my body. And during the time that I was on the steroids, it just seemed to be messing up my mind and yada, yada, yada. I could feel the difference between the body, the mind, and the spirit. And so I had a little conversation with my body, mind, and spirit. I'm like, okay, body, you tell me what to eat. You tell me what I physically need. You tell me when I need to exercise. You tell me. You are the boss of that. And mind and spirit, you stay out of that. That's not your deal. And mind, you tell me what I need to learn. You tell me where I need to progress. You tell me, the stuff the mind is supposed to tell me. And spirit, you have your job. You tell me about my connection. You tell me about who I am, and so forth and so forth. And everybody do your own job. Work together, but do your job. Don't butt into the other job. And it basically is what I was telling my body, mind, and spirit. So the thing that is a little upsetting for me right now is at home we don't have a functional kitchen, but we're currently working on it. My sister came here from Ohio to help out, and she's been cleaning, and boy, she is a workhorse. I mean, this woman can work. She could work circles around me and a lot of other people, but she's helping out. She's thoroughly cleaning the kitchen. I thoroughly cleaned the bathroom. I also had to clean the refrigerator out in the garage. Got it cleaned out. It was shut off for several days because of the electrician and blah, blah, blah. I'm not even going into that. And so the food went bad, and I had to get rid of all that food. I just had to do a lot of work on that. My sister Lori is leaving Monday. She's moving. She sold her house, and she's moving to South Carolina. And it's something that's been working on me emotionally. I'm going to miss her. So she had brought over some meat and stuff like that, which to me kind of helped to replace all the meat that we had to throw away because the electrician did what he did. We're not going there. Anyway, most of it's red meat, but I don't eat it, but Bill's happy about it. He gets some ribs, right?
Growl.
Oh, okay, he's growling. He always growls. We need to work on his temper.
Growl.
Yeah, anyway, so basically my diet is changing. I went from vegetarian to pescatarian because I felt that I needed that protein for my body and the that particular type of omega-3 for my brain and stuff like that. So I felt I needed to add fish to my diet, although you got to be careful about that because some fish has plastic in it, some fish has mercury in it, some fish have both, and that kind of undoes the health thing. But as I go along, I'm going to be learning more and more about what fish is good to eat, what fish to avoid, learning more and more about what foods my body needs and what foods I should stay away from as the kitchen gets functional. Bill had bought a Instapot. He bought an
Duo with air fryer.
Yeah, it's a Duo Instapot. It's an air fryer, it's a steamer, it's a slow cooker, and it's also a pressure cooker. And then he bought a Mediterranean cookbook for Instapots, And I'm also looking into getting books for heart healthy and blood pressure, things to help that way. What I want to do is heal myself through eating, and I'm making a plan right now as how to use their five senses. The sense of smell, the sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch, and the sense of taste. Taste, of course, with the food and eating and stuff like that. Smell, aromatherapy, sight, things that I'm looking at, how pleasant they are, like, going out into nature, blah, blah, blah. And also, if you was to go metaphysically, the way I see things, as far as sense of sight, the way I see things, and changing the way I see things as far as the things that I see in a light that makes me sick or drives my blood pressure up. So the way I view things or the way I see things as well. Hearing, listening to metaphysical, holistic music, listening to classical music. I prefer to listen to music that don't have words to it. And staying away from things like politics or things that annoy me. There's also something that can go to sight, like things that you watch on TV, stuff like that. So I want to use my five senses. I want to start recording what I am doing with that and bringing myself to health again. So anyways, that's all I got to say. I just wanted to do an update. So this channel is going to change up a bit as far as, we're going to watch my progress. It's kind of like many, many moons ago when Richard Simmons was popular. My ex-husband used to like to watch Richard Simmons because he had the women on there who were overweight. And he says it was better to watch the ones who need to reduce to weight than to watch the exercise channels with the people with the perfect figures. It's like, yeah, it's better to watch the progress happening. Well, in this particular case with the Holistic Liberty channel right now, the progress is going to be me and me becoming less hypocritical and more holistic, and watch how the changes I make improve my life. And maybe you could pick up a few tidbits too. Have a great day.